Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. It seems like you guys, or all of us, must forget almost everything we were told about the Wagner mutiny, everything that we were told by the Western mass media, that is, which is Mr. Prigozhin did not have a hard-on one evening, and he decided to go towards Moscow to punish some some Russian generals. And in the meantime, they stopped in Rostov-on-Don, where they occupied over there a little garrison, Russian military garrison. And then supposedly Mr. Lukashenko just intervened from Belarus and said, you know what, we are going to have peace here and Putin will forget you and forgive you on the condition that you're going to move to Belarus and train us in fighting Poland. Obviously, I add my little blah 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 here. Now, what's going on? We have Mr. Danilov, Alexei Danilov, I think is his name, and he is one very intelligent guy working in the Ukrainian intelligence. And I know that a lot of people believe this guy, and this is what he says. He says that actually that so-called mutiny was a special operation organized by Putin and Prigozhin. Interesting theory. Now, if someone would say it out loud somewhere else, or would have said it, that would have been called a conspiracy theory. Nevertheless, Mr. Danilov comes and tells us that actually Putin organized this mutiny with Prigozhin to see what generals are loyal to Putin and which ones are not, supposedly. And everything was just a game. Everything was staged. Not impossible. I don't want to get any credit on this kind of statement coming from Mr. Danilov, because we don't think alike. But nevertheless, in one of my videos at the beginning, when the mutiny started, I also said something about these guys might be talked to one another. I didn't know, I didn't come with this kind of interpretation that would be the reason to see who's who, what's what, but it's plausible, possible, 100% possible, probable, I don't know, 60%. Let's see what Mr. Danilov says in his own words. So, the New Voice of Ukraine from August 8, 2023. Prigozhin's mutiny was a planned special operation, Danilov says. This guy that I'm not very fond of whatsoever. In June, the June mutiny led by Yevgeny Prigozhin and his Wagner Group private military company was a special operation coordinated with Russian dictator Vladimir Putin, Ukraine's National Security and Defense Council and SDC Secretary Alexei Danilov told Ukrainian TV broadcasters today, August 8th. Remember, special operation coordinated with Russian dictator. And I'm quoting Danilov. I'm so honored to do that. Today, we can already say that it was a special operation coordinated with Putin to expose those generals who were not entirely loyal to Putin and his entourage. End quote. One thing that could, and it's not all what he said, but let me tell you a little bit here. One thing that could confirm this is the fact that Putin allowed, Prigozhin to stay alive. And I said that his days are numbered, but I said he might be used just for Africa. Another giveaway that could confirm Danilov's theory is the fact that in 5 days after the mutiny, Prigozhin came to the Kremlin with about 36 commanders and spoke supposedly face-to-face with Putin, and Putin was okay with that. Now, that was another giveaway that Putin would not kill this guy. It seems like not. So let's read further here. Let's see what else Mr. Genius Danilov has to say. The official suggested that Kiev is aware of the number of these generals. According to him, some of them are behind bars and have been relieved of duty. Danilov said that the divergences within the Russian state will continue to gain momentum. And I'm quoting Danilov again. And we believe that this will happen in the fall or winter of this year because the number of people who understand where Putin has led them to is increasing every day. And quote, he added, I think this is a based on wishful thinking and ideological hatred and so on. So I will discard this statement. It's like I would say that some people will start a revolution somewhere because they don't like the leader. Okay, all right. When asked by a journalist about who could provoke the next uprising in Russia, Danilov said the question requires time. He believes it could be an unexpected figure who will be quickly supported by the people because in Russia, and I'm quoting, love is just one step away from hate. Oh my God, he's stereotyping these guys. Isn't that xenophobia? Suggesting that public opinion in the country could quickly turn against Putin's rule. Previously, the Washington Post reported that Russian intelligence agencies informed Putin about the Wagner mutiny at least several days before it took place. Well, Mr. what's his name, Alexei Danilov's statement, and some of them are just based on, how should I put it, wishful thinking, and some of them could be interpreted as, well, it's possible that Putin and Prigozhin did that and that happened. On the other hand, he tries to create a little panic in the Russian military, saying, hey, guys, there are some other people over there. See, that's why he did it. So there are some people who are against Putin. Putin organized this, coordinated it with this guy. Therefore, these guys showed up. He cut their heads off, imprisoned and relieved of duties. And but Danilov's point is there were some, and there will be some in the future. I don't expect in any organization 100% unity and consensus. Only United States of America. Sorry. And in NATO and in the European Union. Only here, all these people urged by values and duty will stay united against evil. Okay, let me take my violin, Anyway. So here is Danilov claiming these things. I don't think he's off. I think it's as I said, probability 60%, possibility possible, but I don't see any evidence so far. Nothing. The only thing is, just some interpretations like, hey, how come Prigozhin was not eliminated? How come how do you call it? Prigozhin showed up at the Kremlin. How come Prigozhin is still alive? These things raise some questions. I think it's just a matter of time before Prigozhin's plane will just have an unforeseeable accident, and unfortunate for some. Okay, so that's it. Prigozhin will go in not retirement. We're gonna go to see whomever, Moses or Jesus, because he's half. Both ways, I guess. Just check him out. Not like that. Look into his early life. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. But then, how about all the media and all the intelligence that all these experts and analysts and the intelligence community telling us that Prigozhin is almost a blah, 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 not a mercenary anymore, kind of. How about those experts? They didn't know? Only this guy knows? How come he knows and the Americans don't? Americans know everything, we're told. They knew about Saddam's weapons of mass destruction, as the Brits, the same. The UK intelligence knew as well, or British, however you want to call it. Thank you very much for being with me again today. See you.